cap, so that when somebody pulls it, at least they can just pull half and leave half. So yeah, and some mannequin heads come with boobs, right? So if you want a mannequin head that comes with boobs, then you're obviously going to pay more. But I like a Hellcat. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're tuning in today for the very first time, you're welcome. My name is Accra of Headmistress. I'm a beauty artist and a photographer based in Ghana, West Africa. And if you've already subscribed to the channel, well, thank you so much for tuning in today to watch another video. You guys know how much this means to me. And then if you find this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new, and like and comment, and let's share more ideas down in the comment section. Well, today's video is going to be an affordable wig making starter kit for beginners. So if you're a beginner and you're on a budget and you want to learn how to make a wig, then this video is definitely going to be for you. So I'm not going to waste much of your time. Before I start the video, I'm just going to say that way back when I was watching YouTube videos, I didn't get anybody to actually relate to on the personal, not personal, but like on the local level, because most YouTubers were not based in Ghana. They were based outside of Ghana, in America, in the UK, and in other places. And usually when they name products and they put the products in a description, their description box, they actually link it to eBay, Amazon, and other Sally's Beauty and other foreign websites. And then the truth of the matter is that not everybody here in Ghana has access to the credit card, internet, on online shopping. So that is where I come in. I just wanted to make this video for my locals, for my Ghanaians, even though people outside of Ghana can watch it and learn a few tips and tricks. This video is solely for people. Of course I want to get to the international market, but because of the gap, I just want to fill in that gap in today's video. So I'm going to give you places where you can actually get some of these items to buy. If you're in Accra, you probably know Makola, right? And if you are in Kumasi, you've heard of Adum and Koforidua. And if you're in Koforidua, you've heard of Jaketum and Jakesim. So these are the three cities I've actually lived in, and yes, you can find some of these items in these cities. So yeah, that was what I wanted to say before I actually said start this video. So I hope this video helps somebody out there. Even if it's one person, I'll be very, very, very grateful. So after watching this video, if you find this video helpful, you know what to do. And yes, just let's move into the video. I'm talking too much. Yeah, so my hair, there's going to be a separate video on my hair, so stay tuned for that. And then if you want to purchase it, I'm going to leave a link in my description box on how to get this wig. So yeah, let's get into the video. So yes, you're going to talk about some of the items in a wig making kit for a beginner. So before I just want to say that affordable can be relative. Okay, when you say affordable, somebody there affordable say more than 50 pesos. It's expensive, they won't buy. No, but like that's on the lighter side. But but somebody 500 cedis is affordable, but somebody 10 cedis is affordable, 5 cedis is affordable. So just watch the video and see where you can pick and infuse into your budget. So if you see me looking down, it's because I am looking here. I have a notepad here. Whenever I film a video, I have something down there that I look on so that I don't miss anything or I don't get confused along the line. So the very first I'm going to talk about is your mannequin. Okay, because when you're making a wig, you're obviously not sewing it directly onto your head, so you need something that mimics your head. So that is a mannequin. Now with the mannequin, so there are different types of mannequin. There is a mannequin that is actually used for the process of the whole process, and there is a mannequin for display. So usually the mannequin that is used to make the wig is really small, and a mannequin that is usually used to display the wig is big. So with the mannequin for making wig, you can actually get some within the range for like 15 cedis to 25 to 30 cedis, depending on where you get it from. And as I said earlier, Adum, Makola, Koforidua, These are some places that you can actually go and then buy some of these items from. So with the mannequin, there is the usual mannequin which looks like this, and this is what I've been using for the past, God knows how long. And I recently got this style foam, and with this style foam, is the quality. See, when you buy electrical appliances, that thing that is used to protect the appliance, that white material, yes, that is what has been carved into a human head. So it has the same quality, so it's quite light, and yeah, it's just fancy work with. And then the next one is that for the display. So with the display, you can have this one, and with this one it's quite expensive because you can see that it's bigger than the very first one I showed to you guys. So with this one, you can get it for like from 50 cedis to 350 cedis, depending on the size. Some mannequin heads come with boobs, right? So if you want a mannequin head that comes with boobs, then you're obviously going to pay more. But ideally, as a beginner, you don't really need a mannequin to display your wigs, trust me. So we are moving on to wig caps. Okay, so with the wig caps, there are different types of wig caps, and then the wig cap that you're going to use is going to be based on the type of wig you're going to make. So with you see, there's this wig cap. This has the mesh texture, and usually the mesh type of wig cap is used for crochet braids. So I'm going to do a full video on crochet braids later on, but this is just to give you an idea of what wig cap to use for crochet braids. So there's a wig cap for crochet braids, and it has this net appearance. And then the next one is the stocking cap, and with the stocking cap, usually that is what the locals here in Ghanaian, like the Ghanaian salons, the local salons, that is what they use. They actually pack them, like they actually stick them into two, like am I saying the right, stack into two, and they sew or glue. I'll get to that, but I hope I'm not confusing anyone. There is a stocking cap, wig cap, and then the mesh, and then the other one is the wig cap that has the adjustable straps that you can actually adjust your wig to make it tighter or looser, or just to secure the wig on your head. So there's that one. It has a meshy texture, so it has it's quite airy, so your hair doesn't get really like warm to cause sweat and all those dirt and stuff like that. So there's this one for crochet braids, there's the stocking cap one, and the adjustable wig cap. And then the fourth one is the dome cap. The dome cap is like a very durable wig cap. It's like the durable version of the stocking cap. So yes, the dome cap is a durable version of the stocking cap. And with these ones, the dome cap and the wig cap with adjustable straps are quite on an expensive side as compared to the weaving cap that has a closed top, the mesh thing, and then the stocking cap. So with the stocking cap and the wig for crochet braids, you can get that it comes in two in a pack. You can get that for 1 cedi to 2 cedis, depending on where you get it from. And then with the adjustable strapped cap, you can get it for like 10 cedis, depending on where you get it from. Same with the dome cap wig. But the whole thing is that when you buy at a retail price, the price goes a bit higher than when you buy it on a wholesale price, because when you're buying it in bulk, the price is quite cheaper. So if you're a beginner, you're not going to buy on a wholesale, right? So with the retail, the price may go up. So this is just an estimate that I'm giving you. So depending on where you get it from, whether you do Makola, the price might go up or actually go down, So that is all for the wig cap. So now that you have the type of wig that you want to make in your mind, now you have your wig cap, you have to also look at the method of the wig making. So the method is going to determine the type of tools and material that you need to actually adjust or to put the hair bundles on the wig cap. So if you are doing a crochet braid, obviously you're not going to use a thread and a needle. You're going to use a crochet hook. So the crochet hook is just going to help you crochet the crochet strand onto the wig cap. So with the crochet braids, you need a crochet hook. So moving on to normal hair bundles, you can actually do two things. You can actually use a thread and a needle, which is actually the most commonest ones and the most secured one. It can actually last you for a very long time. And then the next option is to use glue. Now the glue is just a quick way to make a wig, and usually it doesn't last really long. Okay, it doesn't last really long depending on the type of glue you use. Now here in Ghana, what is common is the bonding glue, and then you can actually use a glue gun. A glue gun uses electricity. It's like a mini gun that you insert glue sticks, like a hardened glue sticks. It actually goes through the gun and it melts, and then you just attach the hair bundle on your cap. So I don't have a glue gun here yet. I've ordered a glue gun, but it's not here yet. So if the glue gun doesn't come before I upload this video, I'm definitely going to do a whole video on how to use a glue gun to make your wig. Definitely. So subscribe before you, so that you don't miss it. Okay, so that is basically the process of applying, of constructing the wig. You can use the thread and needle method, you can use the crocheting method, and you can use the glue method either with the bonding glue or with the glue gun. So like we have 4 options to actually construct your wig. So moving on to the other materials and tools and equipment. So on our list we have needles. Okay, now with the needles, there are 2 types of needles. 2 types of needles: the normal 3.5-inch needle, the normal ones that is just this long, and then the curved one, the C curved one. And honestly, I've used both needles before, and then with the the curved needle, I didn't really find it comfortable, maybe because I wasn't used to that, but it actually slowed down my wig making process. So I'm not discouraging anyone from using the curved needle, but if you want to give it a try, probably it's going to make your wig your wig making process a bit faster. But for me personally, it slowed down my wig making process. So we can go in for the curved needle or the straight needle. So yes, that's all about needles. So the next thing on my list is T-pins. Okay, so when I started making wigs, I didn't know where to actually get T-pins from. Okay, so I just do my wig, and then by the time I finish making the wig, the thing will shrink. It wouldn't even fit the top of my head, it would just shrink. What I was missing out was the fact that I wasn't adjusting my wig to actually stay in place while making the wig. So the work of a T-pin is to actually make your wig cap stay in the same position you started with. So you have to get into the same position as you started. You have to end with that same position. So the T-pin is going to actually fasten the wig cap on the mannequin head. The reason why the mannequin head is a bit softer, like the mannequin head for the weave making is softer than the mannequin head for display. Usually with the display, you can't really penetrate the T-pins inside. So that is why that is for display, and then the usual mannequin is a bit softer. So yeah, the T-pins you can actually use, I call them pre-tech needles. You see, when we were doing pre-tech back in GSS, we had these pins. Yes, you can use those pins if you cannot find the T-pins, or you can just go to Adum, as I said earlier, to these places, and trust me, you're going to find these pins to make your wig making process very easy and stress-free. So get a T-pin, it's really going to help you. If you make wigs and the wig shrink, it's probably because you are not adjusting your wig cap on the mannequin head, so it kind of shrinks because it's moving. It moves while you make it. So if you don't make them stay in place, it's going to shrink, and then by the time you are done, even babies can't wear a wig. Yeah, that is just by the way. Okay, so the next item you need is a cutting device, any tool that can cut. So you can use a razor, and then this is the razor that is used to do cutting. Here in Ghana we call it cutting, but like internationally it's known as a pixie cut. So you need a razor to actually help you shape your pixie cut wigs, and then you need a scissors, any type of scissors. You need scissors to just cut threads here and there. So you need a scissors, a regular scissors, and you need the scissors that has like a comb one side is a comb, like it has this tooth like a comb, and then the other side is just sharp. It helps you, get a very, nice finish rather than getting those blunt cuts. With some wigs you don't really need blunt cuts, you need to have that easy flow of hair. So that is what the shear is used to do. So you need a scissors. Yeah, so for the cutting tools you need the scissors, the other one, the shears, and then the razor comb. So that is all for the cutting. So if you're going to use your thread and your needle, you definitely need to organize your needles properly. So with that you just need you just need a foam. You just need a foam to actually stick your pins in, for the sake of safety and just for organizational purposes. So you need a foam. I know some people overlook this, but I think it's very necessary to organize your needles for safety, because personally I've actually stepped on a needle before and it was very uncomfortable. I was so scared to actually see a needle like stuck in my sole. It was very, very, very uncomfortable. Like, no, is it my sole? Yeah, the sole of my feet. Yeah, it was so uncomfortable. I was so scared. Okay, so moving on, you need an elastic band. Okay, so I'm not going to mention these things in any order. It's not in any order. I'm just going to mention it as I have written here. So you need an elastic band. Okay, so usually what you do is that your wig cap might be too loose. Some people really have tiny heads, so like not tiny, like cute heads. I'm just have to be nice. Some people have really cute heads, so you need an elastic band to actually help you secure. Not for people with cute heads only, but like for closure wigs and frontal wigs, you want your wigs to actually sit pretty on your head. So you need an elastic band to support the wig cap. So that when somebody pulls it, at least they can just pull half and leave half. So yeah, no, like on a reel, it's actually going to support your wig and give it extra security. So you need an elastic band. You can go in for a bigger inch depending on how comfortable you are with the size of the elastic band. So that is all for elastic bands. It's very, very, very necessary. Do not overlook the power of an elastic band. Okay, so the next one is, depending on the type of wig that you're making. Okay, here in Ghana, there is this wig making method that's very, very common. It's the invisible, and the invisible wig making is making the wig in such a way that you don't have a closure, you don't have a frontal, and you don't want to seal the wig at the middle. You want to create an illusion of a closure. So what you do is that you leave the U part of the wig and you actually use glue to but like to put the hair bundles in a certain way to actually form this full closure. And what I have recently purchased is this I'm going to show that to you. Is this, how do they call it? They call it the lace closure for invisible closing. So that is the new thing that I found. That is new in this collection. I recently got it and I'm yet to try that, but I've seen videos and pictures of it, and then the results are really, 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 really pretty. So if you are a beginner and you don't have, you're a beginner and you are on a budget and you don't have money for closures, frontals, 360, you can go in for this thing, and you can get it for 2 CDs, 3 CDs, 5 CDs, depending on where you get it. And usually when you're buying it in the wholesale, as always, the price is a bit cheaper. So yeah, you can get that one if you want to stay awake but you don't have money to buy a closure. To the next item, usually when you're making your wigs, you need to section the wigs into sections. You need to section the wigs into portions that you can work on different sections. If you are cutting or you are straightening, you are curling, you need to support the section parts. And usually what you need to use to support the section parts are these clips, and these clips are very affordable, 2 CDs, 1 CD. You can get them everywhere. And yes, they come in different sizes too, so depending on what you're working with, you go in for that. But I suggest you get, you know, a bit of the bigger size and the smaller size, so that, you know, you use it as and when you need them. So another hair clip is this one. Usually this thing is used to you know, hold your curls when you're using your curling one and you want your curl to set before you release it. After curling your hair, you need these clips to actually hold the curls in place for, you know, some time, so that the curls, you know, form pretty well. And yes, these clips are also very, very easy to find, and I think a pack of 8 or 12 costs 10 cedis or 8 cedis on the market, so it's very easy to find. These clips, they are metallic, and then they have a very strong, you know, hinge, so it holds the curl in place, you know, very, very well. So you need these things only if you're going to curl your hair or you want to create some sort of wavy part thing in your wig. So yeah, these hair clips too, very necessary. Not like necessary, but not like very, 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 very necessary, you know. Okay, so as beginners, sometimes it's very, very difficult to actually, you know, gauge where you want to sew your width. So I suggest you get a white chalk to help you, you know, mark the areas where you want to you know, sew your tracks. So you need a white chalk to help you sew your tracks. And also if you just want to, you know, measure where, like for instance, if you're doing a fringe wig is like this one, Nicki Minaj, how people call it. You'd want to, you know, measure the ear parts where you want the fringe to start, so you can use a chalk to measure it on your head before you put it on the mannequin. So a white chalk is very important for beginners. If you cannot, you know, gauge where your tracks are going to be, you need a white chalk to, you know, guide you. So you draw lines on the weaving cap to help you. So you draw the lines, and then when you're weaving, you weave on those lines. So that is it for the white chalk. Okay, so you also need a brush. My cat. You also need a brush to actually comb your hair after making the wig. So you need a hair brush. Can you hear him? So you need a hair brush and any comb, you know, depending on the wig that you make. Some wigs, like curly wigs, you don't really need to comb them, so all you need is to apply some hair oil, some conditioner, some water, you know, depending on the type of hair too. So then moving on to hair oil. So the hair oils, you just need a little hair oil that gives your hair some shine and some, you know, silky feel. So you also need a heat protecting serum that's going to help, you know, your hair. If you're going to apply any sort of heat to your hair, you always have to protect the health of your hair with a heat protecting serum. So, and then usually when you finish doing your hair, you realize that there are some flyaways. So in order to tame those flyaways, you actually need to have some hair mousse to actually tame your hair. So usually the hair mousse is used to tame your hair into the direction that you want, into the shape or style that you want. So you need a hair mousse, and then also you need a holding spray. Depending on the type of wig that you're making, you need a holding spray to actually keep the style in place for a long time, because you don't want to see, sometimes when you curl your hair, the curl drops. You actually need to have a, you know, a holding spray to actually spray on the curl to actually make, well, how many actually am I saying, but you need a holding spray. Not like you don't really need it, but if you're going to add some curls to your wig, then you actually have to make the curl last. So that's all for this video, guys, and if there's anything I didn't mention in the video, you can leave it in the comment section so that somebody watching can actually, you know, benefit from you. You know, you're benefiting from each other. And yes, that's a good idea. Lots and lots of amazing, I have lots and lots of amazing videos coming up on this channel shortly. So if you've been able to watch this video to this very point and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and like this video also, and yes, I'll see you very soon in my next video. It is coming up very soon. So yeah,